Hello guys and welcome back to Rogue Legacy 2. So in this video there are actually two runs. In this first run I am doing some practicing as level 1, that means a newly created character, and it was like the goal was to try to beat the boss, the first boss in a first run, but as this was a practice run, I'm still not used to all these different rooms and to get those patterns perfect. So I'm actually trying to do pretty much everything, and for example this room was completely new to me. I failed miserably in that one. But as this was a practice run, I recorded without narrating while playing. I don't know exactly why I recorded it, if I actually wasn't about to save it. But I did, and it actually turned out pretty interesting, as this was the first time I actually, huge spoiler, but I beat the boss on my first run. So I'm taking you through the important or the interesting or the embarrassing parts of the game. These platforms, for example, they're very tricky to maneuver when you have lots of mobs around you, especially those blue eyes, the scouts. They since their blue shot goes through walls, like the skeletons, but not the flame locks, for example, it makes it hard to just hide, and in those platforms they disappear, as you can see. So at this point I was pretty sure I wasn't gonna make it, so I think I rather decided that, I'll gather as much as I can, and then I do some upgrades. Perhaps I buy life, weapon damage or something like that, and then I'll take it on the next run, and then like run by run I try to improve myself. So in this run, if I kill him at level 2 or 3, or like on my second or third pair, then perhaps I can do better next time. But I also wanted to discover more secrets, practice rooms. For example, this secret that I'm currently showing. I had not heard about it until I was at the Discord, so I decided to check it out. And it's a very good place to gather more money and more food if you're low. But there's also a huge bonus thing at the top that I didn't know about until like yesterday, and this is recorded like 2 days ago. So okay, so I found out like 1 day after this recording what's at the top. However, in this run I couldn't make use of it, and I explain why in just a bit. But as you can see, I am getting some health back. It's sometimes you can get lucky and get a few meat chunks pretty quickly, and then you're back in business. And right there, that's a super secret in this tower, the reward. That's actually a 15% extra damage bonus to the boss. This time I had no idea, but now I do. But you need the other heirloom to read it, because there are 2 heirlooms in this castle. The first one gives you the possibility to dash. That's the most important one to beat the boss, or it's the only one that you need to beat the boss. The other one is to find secrets and stuff. Crazy bad gameplay here. So one is to read those secrets and hints, and I haven't unlocked that yet, so even though I found the secret at the top of the tower, I couldn't read it and make use of it. But of course I could go back, but then again I kind of ruined the the way up by destroying those lanterns. So for next time I know, but for this run it wasn't really important. I almost died there. But this is what we're looking for, and this is the dash rune room, or the challenge, the trial to get the heirloom. And by entering it, you'll get all your health back. So this kind of saves the run in a way. In this challenge, you get to learn how to maneuver the dash. I think at this time of recording, I had done this twice. So I kind of knew what I was expecting, but I couldn't remember all the parts. So I recognized the rooms and I knew pretty well what was going to happen, but not like at the level where I can prepare for the next room. So all these challenges are actually not that hard, not until in a later room. I actually don't know why this room is in this dash challenge or trial, because some of the rooms they have the dash required, like this room. You need a dash to get over, and this room. But and here you can see that I dashed at the wrong direction. At the time of recording this, there's a bug in the game. It has been reported that sometimes the dual button dash is reset to off. And what that means is that if I move to the right and I press my left dash key, I will still go right unless I turn that setting on. And now I turn it on so I can always dash with my right or left hand. This is a little tricky thing. You should dash to the side and then down strike to get up on that guard, but I felt like I cheated a bit there. There are quicker ways to do it, of course, but there's no time limit in this trial, so I'm not too worried. Here you just gotta be quick with your down strikes, dash. That was pretty close by touching the black goo, oil, water, whatever. But now I'm pretty much done with the trial, so when I exit this room I will have the dash ability. It's inside, it's the heirloom. There's so many new names. The heirloom. And with this I can open the boss room, so that's pretty much the reason to come here, and also that makes gameplay a lot easier. And I got my health back, mostly. So for a speedrun, this castle is horrible. It's the layout is extremely tricky and slow, so if you would go for a good time in a speedrun trial, well, you would have reset a long time ago. But as I said in the beginning, this was my first attempt, perhaps not my first attempt, but my first successful or good attempt to manage this, to take down the boss in my first try. Here I just added more health, because I had no idea where the boss is. If I had the boss room nearby and I would have more health, then I might have taken the other one. But anyway, traversing through the game, here's the other challenge room, to the second trait, not the trait, the second heirloom, to get the insight to read these secret messages. So I could have unlocked that and gone back to the tower if I wouldn't have destroyed the lantern. Something to remember for the next time. And then I found this fairy chest room, and it's a quite fun challenge sometimes. Sometimes they're hard and sometimes only a little tricky. Here you're not allowed to jump or dash. So how do I can I destroy those targets? Well, with a down strike, of course. And that will open the chest and you'll get this, this rune that you can equip in the next run. For this run, not important, I'm just practicing here. This was kind of an interesting selection. Either, well, you can choose one of the two, and I choose the Hyperion's Ring, where I get an extra life. So when I die, I will be resurrected directly. And, well, I didn't know how much life I would get back. I mean, I would get full life back, but at least some life. And, well, it felt like a good decision at the time. And finally, the boss room. I actually found this to be the final room in the entire castle. I've been everywhere, and this is the final. Crazy. So, opening the boss room, and now it's time for the boss fight. And bear with me, because this is my first proper good attempt, good try on the boss as level 1. Not doing a lot of damage, so it takes some time, and I'm still trying to learn the abilities. Of course, I had done some planning, and that was close. So I knew roughly what I was going to do, but you know, when you get stressed, you forgot your tactics. Plus that I don't do much damage, so I have to endure all these things over and over again. Those daggers are very similar in the dash in these in the tells. So you can see he's preparing for the next attack, and sometimes it's hard to see. I could see the daggers. I was prepared to move away. But if you're not prepared for the daggers, they are really tricky. And I guess there's some safe spot to stand at when he does that carousel. But I haven't really practiced that to perfection yet, even though this is 2 days ago. So we're getting closer to the middle part, where you enter phase 2. This is actually it's a really good start. I haven't taken any damage. And once you realize that sometimes you go, oh, that was really bad. You can see that I jumped in the wrong direction, thought he was going to a dash, and then, yeah, you get stressed out and you forget those little things. That's a pretty good move when you're getting close to the wall. You can't hide from the blue flames, so then be ready to jump over him. Then we have the homing things. That was a really bad move. This character has a shield, and you can block incoming damage by only taking like 7 damage instead of 48 or whatever it was. So one more hit and I'm dead, but I have extra life, of course. So if it's closer than that to the wall, then it will be really hard to just hide away. Then you need to jump over him instead. And I gotta be honest, at this time, well, there you can see I have the entire blue flame area was covering that, so I had nowhere to go. I should have jumped over him a bit sooner. Yeah, this is still learning, of course, first run. But I think that I have 45 health. I take like 48 damage per hit. So with that Hyperion's Ring, I just got one extra hit. But he's getting close, and then, I mean, this is getting really nervous when you're playing for the first time. I guess every time you're about to break your own record. That was very close. Then you get really nervous. Otherwise you have, well, otherwise I'm impressed. That's perfect to get that. So happy to beat him. So once you beat the boss, I'm not sure what happens later when there's more content, but in this game, at its current state, that's the only proper boss, and then there's an additional challenge where you fight the twins. So 2 of these ones, and I guess they're a bit harder. I haven't really practiced that yet, but I had a little more to do here. Your character will play until he's dead. Anyway, so I decided to try to show you, or at least practice my runs, do the other challenge to get the other heirloom. And this one I have only done once before, or at least I have only finished it once before. Because if you fail in it and you die, then your character is dead. If you succeed, then you get back into the castle. And you get some hints from these by reading all these flashy memories things. So here's the hint that I should use these these rotating, flamey, spiky fire spheres. I don't know. So just taking it easy, and it's actually not too hard, and there's no time limit, so just take your time and do it. The first time I did it, I actually had an what do they call these, like the Hyperion's ring, these relics, where you get like 3 jumps instead of 1 high jump. You get 3 small jumps, so you can just continuously jump. So that made this a lot easier. So here, these red parts, these red circles, they will aggro these red eyes. So if I have to strike, I should keep out of the way, as I failed to do there. And if there are 2 spheres overlapping, then you should be careful. But they can be turned off if I can reach them, which is the challenge for the next part. However, as far as I know, I haven't seen these in the game. I don't think I have. Like out in the castle. And here's a challenge: don't use your weapon. Just let them die by themselves. And that's also the trick in this room. This is a bit harder. I haven't really planned out how to do this perfectly, because perhaps I should have... Well, I think the trick is to make them fall down to the spikes, but there's a small platform down in the center which makes it... out there, I should have been done it faster. I should have done that faster, then he would have dropped down as well. There are so many things here, and if I can't turn them all off. Yeah, those down there, they are really hard to, and he's kind of protected from them. So something like that, but I can also use my... Yeah, this is... It's a puzzle. So I need to practice this challenge. As you can see, it's... I think once you figure it out, it's not too hard. But you really want to use your sword. It's like when you play the game, the only thing you want to do is just strike them, but you can't really do that easily. So a bit stressed out over the fact that I only have 2 lives here, but I can promise you that I will practice this a bit more. So we're coming close to the end of this run, and then I will switch over to... I don't know why I did that. I was probably in the end. I'll switch over to the my PB at this day that I recorded this evening, and I'll show you how that looks. So, starting a brand new character, I have probably done this, I would say, at least 20 times. Maybe 30. So this is the intro level, the tutorial for the game. I don't think I showed it in the previous video, so at least you get to see it. As with most modern games, you have an in-game tutorial, how to play, how to move the character. But this is recorded 2 days after the previous video, and I actually had done some testing yesterday. I had a really good try down at 11 minutes compared to the 25 in the first run, but that wasn't a speed run. But just in comparison, this is meant to be a speed run. So you can get some mana during this tutorial level, but I didn't get one, so I had to strike the mannequin to get one. I'm not sure if this is counted into the in-game timer that they have, but when starting a new game you really you need to do it. But here I'm not killing more than I feel necessary. No chests. The plan is also to only, like, if I think that I will have to go back, then I make sure to kill things that are quick to kill and are in the way. But if I push it even harder, then I'll probably do even less than that. And I don't know, I think this was a bit lucky. It's a bit tricky to use because you do more damage on every 5th strike. And you can keep an account on that and to plan out for, like, after 4 strikes you know that next one will be strong, then you can take a different path or route or whatever. But this wasn't a good start. That room is very hard to go through quickly. So many splinkies and scouts. So right now I'm only searching for the heirloom room. The idea is to find it as quickly as possible, or find the boss room and then the other one. Doesn't matter too much because you can teleport in between the two. I'm also doing some damage to things just to... Oh, this was very slow. I don't want to take damage in it. But I'm killing some or destroying some objects just to try to get some life back. Although I shouldn't need to, but it doesn't take too long. Anyway, I found the boss room. Not very quickly, but at least it could have been worse. But as I'm still trying, I mean, for next run, I will probably start all over if it's that long. You know, you have to push your PB just a little each time. When you enter the boss room, you will get half of your life back. And oh, and when you enter the heirloom room, or the challenge room, the trial room, then you'll get all your health back. So I actually should improve on that. Don't spend too much time on getting health back. In the boss room I will get half, so of course then you want more than half of your life at that time. So, but prior to the challenge room, there's actually no need to keep your health up more than, well, except for staying alive. But if you die then, well, just start all over. Really bad, but it doesn't matter. I just want to find that room and trying to push forward. But it's easy to make mistakes in this game. It's very easy. And once you do mistakes, then shouldn't have gone down here. It's so easy to make mistakes and it takes time, but you know, when you're practicing, everything is required. So that was a wrong heirloom room. So I guess we have to traverse to the right. But at this time, since I've done this quite a few times now compared to the last time, I feel very confident in doing the heirloom challenge. Now that's outside to the right, so that's not the right direction to go. I have tried to improve on going through it quickly. I have like 2 or 3 shortcuts that I have learned, but I can improve that a bit more. And here's the room. It's a bit slow to get here, and I know this isn't very impressive compared to the other guys in the community. But for me, this is still on a PB pace. So, and I know that I will be less stressed next time when I know that I have a time. Does that make sense? If I have a time that's decent, then I can like push a bit harder without getting nervous or do stupid mistakes. This room is still slow because of all those stupid spikes and the fact that they move a bit further than I would like to. Here, these ones struck both at the same time. And here we're the same room, actually doing the same cheaty thing. I need to practice on that, I promise. I promise. This is actually not too hard anymore. First time I did it was really hard, but I actually made it. But I can just do a dash jump over there and skip one of these pipes, which saves, well, I guess a few seconds. And here we can just jump dash, and then again, which makes that part even faster as well. But now we're ready for the boss, and it will look almost exactly the same as the last fight, but hopefully with fewer mistakes and a bit more efficient. But I'm still making the same low amount of damage, except for the every 5th hit where I will do 75% more damage. So instead of 30, I will do 52 damage. And also a bit more aggressive on the magic here. Really trying to use up, never waste mana. That's pretty close to stand. And what I mean is that if I have full mana, I should use it. If I get full mana, then, well, you get 5 mana back for every strike. And that's just a waste of mana. So I'm trying to keep him burning. There's probably a safe spot to use there as well, but I'm not... I'll look into that as well. That was the downside with the relic that I found to make more damage is that I sacrifice 23 life. And that means that instead of 3 hits, I can only take 2 hits and then die on the 3rd instead of dying on the 4th. And also, using the shield, I made sure to save 50 mana for that one. So instead of getting damaged by those homing teardrops, I just blocked them instead. This is more tricky. In the second phase, they become much tighter. So you should actually move away a bit more, or perhaps block them. Getting blocked into the system is... it's hard to get a natural block. I want to avoid damage, not touch it. That's a problem, because there I was too close to the wall and I had no time to jump across him on the other side. Like I do here. Very close, but I'm actually pretty happy with that. Only the yesterday evening when I had a similar run, but with like 1 minute slower or something, I died in the last like 20 seconds or 10 seconds of the fight from those blue magic things. So I took it safe there to just back away quite far. But one more strike and I would have been dead. So this is my, at the time of the recording, this is my PB. I'm not sure how to count it, but then the in-game timer says 10:04, so I'll stick to that, and if there's something else, I guess I count this. So that's where it stands today, and well, I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all are safe. Bye-bye.